Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya, also known as SG from Let the Lady Speak podcast, where we discuss life, love, dating, and relationships while promoting self-love and healing. So tonight I am giving dating tips for the ladies, and fellas, I want you to listen in because there are 3 questions a woman should never ever answer and or entertain. But first and foremost, I want to thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome if you are new here. I also want to say thank you to my returning subscribers because you could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here and I appreciate you for it. So please, if you like the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my podcast on Apple, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. It is also titled Let the Lady Speak. So let's get into tonight's 3 questions you should never answer. Ladies, don't answer these questions. I know there's a lot of foolishness happening right now in these social media streets with, the pills and the manosphere. Shout out to the manosphere. But no, don't answer these questions. First question you don't answer is, what do you bring to the table? That question means, in translation, what are you going to do for me? This is not a job interview. Relationships are partnerships. So it's not about what I bring to the table. True leaders, men who are operating out of a healthy space can tell if a person is right for them or not. And they are willing to take the time to get to know you and understand you and see if you are a good fit for their life. Plus, they want to see you in your natural habitat. They want to see how you really move so that they can really get a good picture of who you are. So they're going to take their time to get to know you. And they'll say, yeah, she's a good fit. Or, no, not for me, which is his right just as it is yours. So I would never answer the question, what do I bring to the table? And so many people are arguing over this question. That's not even a question you should entertain while you're dating. We're getting information on one another to figure out whether or not we are okay with each other. I'm not applying for a job. I'm not your employee. People with purpose can easily assess whether or not a person is good for them, right? Because it's like they know what they need because they know their purpose and they know how to get there, or they're learning how to get there so they can figure it out. And if they are a person that's in a healed space, they can sense what's good and what's not, right? So don't answer that question. That question is degrading and it serves no purpose other than for him to try to put you in your place and make you feel like you have to prove yourself to him. And what do I always say? You're not for sale. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to put yourself on display. You and your essence are enough. A person can see how you move and how you operate to know if you are a good fit for them. So that's a question I don't answer. I would never entertain. The second question I never answer is, are you submissive? That question says, will you bow down to me? And will you put up with my stuff and stroke my ego so that I can feel better? I am insecure and I am looking to drain your power to fuel myself. Like, there's so many things that's wrong with that question. Don't answer that question about submission. Relationships aren't about submission. They're about partnership. Relationships aren't about dominance. It's about partnership. I'm not even talking about 50-50 because anybody who's been in a relationship knows that things aren't always 50-50. But it's not about you dominating me either, right? So I wouldn't answer that question. Not to mention the fact leaders never ask for people to follow them. People follow them because they trust them, because they have integrity, because they lead well, because they are respectable, they are honorable, they are people that you want to help support. And someone asking if you're submissive, you know already that that's not what they're going to be, and that they have to be in control of all times. Good leaders know that you don't have to be in control of at all times. You recognize that you have team members who are better at one thing at another. You promote your team, you support your team. I won't say love your team, but you love your mate. Leadership isn't about dominance. Submission isn't about dominance, and that's what they try to use submission for. It's just trusting yourself enough with someone or something, right? That's what this is all about. You are, as the Bible would say, the good book says that in order for a woman to submit to her husband, he has to love He has to love his wife like Christ loves the church. So that means death of himself, right? Meaning all of the bad habits and things like that. That means providing, protecting. That means being graceful, providing grace and empathy and understanding and unconditional love. The Bible says to present his child without blemish. So don't hurt her. The submission they're talking about is about pure dominance. And so that's a question I don't answer. I don't answer the question about submission. The other question I don't answer is, what is your body count? I would like to say that men in the 40s aren't asking this question, but they are. So a man who's healed and mature is not going to ask about a body count. The past is the past, and they understand the past, right? He's not worried about yesterday. He's trying to build and grow and become a better version of himself and bring his purpose partner, i.e. wife or girlfriend, fiance, along with him. He's not worried about a body count. But what I find interesting is that these men don't ask about other things like your health. Like, what's your sexual health like? Do you go to the doctor? Do you get pap smears? Do you have any venereal diseases? None of those kind of questions come up. Just whether or not, just how many bodies or how many people you've been with. That's completely irrelevant. If that isn't a relative to theirs, if it isn't somebody that they need to know about because that that person is close to them or may catch them off guard, there's no reason to answer that question. I would never answer that question. Ladies, don't answer that question. You know, he can ask you how much water you drink, or do you drink water, because that's important. But, you know, do you eat your fruits and vegetables? How do you take care of yourself? What's your health like? What are your health practices about? Not whether or not you've been with a number of men. And it's not going to matter anyway, because he's not going to believe the number. Because a person that would ask that kind of question already has a narrative in their mind. So it isn't even worth entertaining, right? So don't answer that question. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this little short. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, please subscribe to my podcast. My podcast is Let the Lady Speak, and it is on all podcast platforms. I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. And please do not forget to love you for who you are. Have a good night, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.